Another day in studio and another chance to talk about what's new in the world of music. From the release of Fetty Wap's first album in 3 years, Xavier, to the controversy surrounding Kanye West's new album, Bully. There's so much we're excited to cover today. I'm Mitchell Brown, and today I'm joined by my fellow specialists, Yannick, Habiyaremye, and Mashiah Mitchell. Now, before we get into some of the most recent music drops, I want to spend some time on an album that's caused its own fair share of controversy, Monica by Jack Harlow. Monica is Harlow's first attempt of diving into the neo-soul genre, a sound that is dramatically different than the sound he had in songs like Ghost and What's Poppin' when he first came onto the scene. Now, he did throw some people for a loop when asked about what led to him in a direction with Monica.
I got blacker.
Black music.
I love the sound of black music.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm hyper aware of the politics of today, that safer landing spot that a lot of my white contemporaries have found. And of course, it appealed to me to do something that I felt like at a time when there's plenty of people expecting me to take some of the routes y'all are taking.
Yep.
To take the route that not only might not be expected, but is also the one I genuinely want to take. So
Yannick, I'll start with you. What were your reactions to Monica by Jack Harlow, and on top of the comments that he just made in those interviews?
Honestly, I did not hear the comments before I listened to the album. And when I was listening to it, I could definitely hear, of course, the neo-soul influence. And I mean, me personally, I don't want to be a hater, but I was never really the biggest fan of Jack Harlow to begin with. But this album, sonically, it sounded nice. It was definitely pleasing, to the ear and stuff. It was smooth. He executed it, I guess, well, you could say. But the comments that he did make definitely threw me for a loop. I just feel like you just can't really say that type of thing, especially as a white man. Now I can understand maybe what he was trying to say. I just feel like there was definitely better words to use for that. But the album itself, it was decent. It was all right. Me personally, I don't think I would really listen to it on my own. But the neo soul aspect, I did see where he was heading with that, and I think he executed it pretty well. Yeah.
What about you?
Kind of bouncing off what he said, I think that I did hear the comments prior to listening to the album, and it kind of made me go listen to the album, which is kind of crazy. But at the same time, listening to it, you can tell that there's the influence of the Jill Scotts, the influence of the D'Angelos, and all that. But at the same time, it kind of lessened the impact of what he was going for because of those comments. And because of that, I'm kind of peeling back on Jack Harlow as Jack Harlow the man versus Jack Harlow the artist. And so just from there, he does have a lot of hits, but from here on out, I'm kind of just because at that level of stardom, you gotta have some type of couth and some type of understanding about what you're saying, especially when it comes to things with black culture.
Of course,
And it's kind of sucks at the same time because it's listening to the album, I can kind of understand where he's going, where the direction is, and some of the music, it's not that bad. But when you put in the comments and factor in everything else, and also there's just some people that just don't like Jack Harlow. Even if people like the album, they're gonna be like, it's Jack Harlow.
Exactly.
So
unfortunately.
But it was kind of very interesting to kind of listen to it. It wasn't bad, but then I just kept thinking about his comments. And I'm like, this kind of destroyed the trajectory of what you were gonna do with the album, and it destroyed the experience.
I feel like he might have been trying to give an ode to black culture, respect it or appreciate it, but those comments definitely just kind of spoiled that intention, I feel a little bit. So.
Yeah, for sure. But next up, we have to talk about the resurgence of the artist who ran 2016, Fetty Wap, and the release of Xavier, his first album in 3 years since he was imprisoned in 2023 for drug trafficking conspiracy. Fetty Wap was recently interviewed by the Associated Press on what went into the making of Xavier and how his sound has grown over time.
It's bringing back the same energy as the Fetty Wap album. Just more mature, just a more mature sound. Of course, my voice changed since 2015. You know what I mean? So, Xavier's just a upgraded Fetty Wap. You know what I mean?
Now, we obviously all lived through Fetty Wap's success in 2015 and 2016, but the question I want to ask is if this album is an upgraded version of his past sound that will lead him to being the artist he once was, especially with the Summer on the Way. Now, I listened to the album just a little bit, and I do like it. I think it's very interesting. A lot of people could say it feels a lot more mature from his 2016 sound. I think a lot of people expected that he was going to give a very nostalgic feel, but that took them far left. So What did you guys listen to on the album, and what do you think about it?
I feel the same way. I feel like as an artist, as you grow older, your music also has to grow with you. So trying to bring back that 2016 sound should have never been kind of what he was going for. And for the fans to kind of expect that, it's not fair to him as an artist to just consistently expect the same thing over and over and over again, because that leads to stagnation.
Yeah, for sure. And I agree with what y'all saying right now too. I feel like, I mean, obviously 2016, especially this year, has been kind of like, with the nostalgia and everything, it's like that year. You know, everybody thinks of 2016. And I feel like it kind of gave him a chip on the shoulder to like bring that back when I feel like, I mean, obviously it's been a while. It's been like 10 years since 2016. Yeah. So I just feel like that nostalgia bait, I guess you could say, like, that's a dangerous game to play, especially as an artist, because number one, if you don't execute it the right way, people are obviously gonna hate on the album and stuff like that.
Of course.
I did listen to it. I didn't like hate it or anything. I feel like he did what he's supposed to do. Like, he put out some good music. But as for the summer talk too, I just feel like as of right now, I'm not hearing the discourse that I feel like people were expecting. But it was a good album. It wasn't like was it bad music or anything. It was definitely
Another quick question I want to throw into with y'all as well. Like, knowing that Fetty Wap now, he's back in the mix. What artists would you love to see Fetty collab with? Like, are there some dream collaborations that we haven't got before that you want to hear now?
Give me my unreleased Drake remix, please. Give me that back.
Yes.
Okay.
Honestly, I was gonna say Drake as well. This is kind of a left field. I just love Young Thug a lot. And I feel like 2016 Young Thug, you know, like they're both in that. Yeah.
That would be interesting. But, you know, of course, we have to save Kanye West for last. Kanye West's recent album, Bully, sold 152,000 units first week and debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. But we have to mention this new release has been met with mixed reactions from the public as Kanye continues to face backlash for a series of anti-Semitic comments. Shifting to the music, there's almost too much to talk about it when it comes to Bully. From unclear samples from Claire Palmette, Don Toliver being removed from circles for metadata issues, and the usage of AI, this album has it all. I'll start with you, Mashiah. Is Bully a sign that Kanye West is back?
I feel like it is, honestly. After listening to the album, it felt like a very return to form 2004 multicolored sweater-esque Kanye. It was very sample heavy, and it resonated with me, from the samples that we had from Mama's Favorite to Highs and Lows to eventually getting Don Toliver on that album, which I'm hoping does occur, because those collabs are always something that feels right to me. The last 2 albums were kind of iffy because of the AI usage, but this seems like this is what we expect from Kanye, given his track record.
Yeah. I listened to the album as well. I liked it. I liked it for sure. I just feel like Kanye right now is in a very special place, obviously with his past like discourse and everything that happened. But I feel like he's showing signs of growth. You know, of course, I'm not like expecting anyone to just forgive him willy-nilly for all the things that he said and everything. But the music itself and his like recent, like, I guess, apology, he did release like a statement and everything. Right. We're kind of seeing glimpses of that old Kanye resurfaced. The music definitely shows it as well. Like you said, the sample usage, all that. I just feel like right now, me personally, I've separated like the old Kanye from the new Kanye. The new Kanye, music-wise, I like this direction. I think he should stay on this path. Right. And then, I like the album a lot. I feel like it was great. Yeah.
We could go on for a whole lot more when it comes to recapping the world of music, but sadly, that is all the time we have for today. I'm Mitchell Brown, and be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and thank you so much for tuning in to Culture Central. Until next time.